They were literally offering you can get paid in cash or cocaine. Like that's real. Like that was really.
That sounds like where all the actual comics would want to go.
Exactly.
Play. Right.
So we would work across the street, but you had to do surgery on your act. You had to remove parts of your act to be able to work there.
What did they put in the sign? Like comedy but less funny? Is that
No, the idea was Duck Soup, the great Groucho Marx Brothers movies. That movie was, they thought it was one of the great classic movies, and they thought it would be fun to have this classy comedy club. And so they had all these other options. There were Stitches and the Comedy Connection, all these other clubs. They're like, let's have one club that's very high end and beautiful, and it didn't work.
Consider an encounter between you, your car, and an oak tree. You lose.
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
the oak tree produces, and it's
still not moving.
It has, because it doesn't need to.
Right.
All right. Here.
Okay.
Can I name drop for a minute?
Please.
Can I name drop?
I love a good name drop.
Okay. Steven Spielberg once swung by my office. Well, we've met.
Tell him I'm a big fan.
I'll tell him. And he had one of his kids. He had several kids. He had brought one to the Hayden Planetarium in my office. And the museum got word that he was in town. He has an apartment nearby. So they asked if he could come by in addition to other activities at the American Museum of Natural History in New York City, where I work. That's my day job. So he comes in and we're talking, and I say hi to his kid, and it's fine. Kid's in middle school at the time. And so I said, I got to talk to him about some of his work. So I said, let's talk E.T. He said, sure. That's when I learned. He said he imagined E.T. as vegetable, not as animal. And that's why, among other reasons, E.T. has this power to rejuvenate plants with his finger, because it's actually a plant. And so that's an example. No, it's fictional, of course, but it's an example of thinking outside of an earth box.
Sure. He got attached to people that were valuable. That's one of the things that happened with that guy.
Interesting.
He got attached to people with high standards, but people I think he ripped off Steven Spielberg. Didn't he rip off Steven Spielberg?
I think Leonardo DiCaprio, if I'm not,
maybe. But Steven Spielberg is a fucking icon. If you rip Steven Spielberg invests his money with Bernie Madoff, you're like, oh, well, we're good. That's Jaws, Close Encounters.
I know. How can you say I'm going to go rob the guy that made E.T.?
Because he doesn't think he's robbing him. Because he doesn't think it's ever going to end.